Hello, welcome to this late afternoon beer review. Soon to be dark. No daylight savings time. I hate daylight savings time. This is real time. All right, we're on the alternative channel, anti-war. Black tab on the Heady topper. This is the last can of Heady topper. Probably the last time I'll ever drink it again. There's the guy drinking it, and his head is exploding with hops. Oh yeah, introduced in 2003 by the Alchemist. They built their modern small brewery in 2011. Their website, I didn't even put a link. I mean, the website is silly because it's like information about the beer. So if you go click on it, it wants you to watch a YouTube video about the beer. Frequently asked questions about the beer. I was like, no, I'm not going through all that. You should make a website where I can just read about it and get some information and move on. Anyway, this is a very celebrated product. People talk about it a lot, and they say, oh, I went to get it, and I waited in line. Some people go wait in line for it. Off-white head, orange appearance. They're saying don't pour it in a glass because all the they say it's hop resins. That's the gunk. Will get in there. Hop residue. I think it's yeast, but whatever. They say it's unpasteurized, so it's live yeast. 8%. Well, these days, I mean, 8% is ordinary. It's high. It's just ordinary. There's a lot of high alcohol 8% beers these days. I noticed there's a new. It's not sold in Louisiana yet. It's called Fireball X, and they have. I don't know who makes it for Fireball, meaning Sazerac. I know they don't have their own brewery, but it's Fireball X lemonade and Fireball X apple. The big tall 24-ounce cans, 10% alcohol. Oh man, a knockout. Fruity, hop resiny, and I'm still getting that touch of smoke. I don't know why it smells like smoke. It's really weird. Cheers. Thank you, Mike from New Jersey. He sent me 4 cans. I tell people don't send me beer. You know, it's a big expense, a lot of trouble. Some people insist, so there's a great benefit here. I'm not into all that beer trading. I get so many beers just in my town. And this town's only got like 25,000 people. And I don't think the population is increasing. I think it's declining. But especially after this hurricane, a lot of people are going to say, I'm out of here. Got tore up for 2012 with Hurricane Isaac. And now we got Ida tearing us up 9 years later. They just say, I'm going to get out of here. You know, but can't really argue with that. It's got smokiness throughout. It's like a mildly smoked beer. I don't know what that is. But I've had Rauch beers from Axtling-Kerla and in Bamberg, Germany, and they have that. But I mean, they're really profoundly smoky. This is just a shade of it. Maybe the way they were roasting the malts picked up some smoke. I don't know. I don't really know. Heavy body. Sweetness scale. It's pretty sweet. I guess we're looking at about four. I said before 3. My friend David said he didn't think it was that sweet. I said it's probably because the hops are so strong. The bitterness is so strong. It's like canceling out what you can perceive. But I think it's 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. It's pretty sweet. Bitterness, it's 5 out of 5. It's 6 out of 5. Hello? Hey, you jerk. Okay. Okay, well, that's great. I'll be around all day. All righty. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. Talking about the hurricane, well, there was a contractor calling me, telling me they're going to start working on the back porch roof tomorrow. Did not get pulled off by the storm, but it got loosened, and I nailed it back down. But I mean, it's still leaking in spots, but it's only leaking on concrete. It's not leaking on carpet or anything. But I don't want it leaking at all. But he said that the metal shop that does the metal work said it's ready, so that he's gonna go get it tomorrow and do the job tomorrow. I mean, it's only gonna take him one day. It's not huge. So he's gonna have his assistant start ripping the metal off. No rain tomorrow, so and then by the time he gets back, then they can just do it. That'll be nice. The insurance gave me a certain amount of money. I'm almost out of it. Shouldn't have told him how much they gave me, because they'll probably just happen to do all the work that'll add up to just exactly what the insurance gave me. But this thing is so bitter. Whoa. If you don't like bitter beers, you will hate this one, because a lot of people tell me I don't like IPAs, India Pale Ales. They're too bitter. Well, this one is going to be way too bitter. And they're saying, we're not trying to be the most bitter beer. You're not trying to be. You're just succeeding. They say so drinkable, it's scary. Well, it's drinkable for me because I'm used to these high, powerful things. I've drunk these 12% things, these knockout beers. But they get you so kagu, you're like, whoa, what? What's going on? But I would not want something this bitter daily. Maybe weekly, though. I mean, it's not that. It is extreme, actually. It's not, but it's not to the point where it's too much for me. I'm just used to these things. Hop Stupid should have never been canceled by Lagunitas. That was stupid. It made no sense. That was a great beer. I don't know what they're thinking. They're doing all this tricky stuff with IPAs now. Want to do this, want to do that, stereophonic and all, but why not keep the classics? All right. Pliny the Elder. I tried that once. Somebody brought it to me. Great beer. Actually, a world-class beer. It was one of those few beers that are above 100. Better than perfect. This one is a 98, so it's close to 100. It's close to perfect. I don't think the smokiness should be there and all that, but still think it's a 98 out of 100. $16.99 a 4-pack on Total Wine. They had it listed on Total Wine and more for $16.99. Yeah, that's fair. $4.25 a can for something so dynamite. Yeah, I paid $4.25 for a lot of stuff that's shabby and can't even get out of the B range. You say, well, B is good. B is good. I know B is good, but I don't like paying A+ prices for a B beer. I can get a lot of beers. Well, these days, everything's high priced thanks to the mismanagement of the U.S. economy by the government over many decades, not just the current administration, but of course they're terrible. But anyway, and that doesn't justify if I said, well, this beer is terrible. It's the most terrible beer I ever had, but I've had other terrible ones, so that makes it okay. No, I have had some terrible beers, Fs. And just because one is terrible doesn't justify the other ones being not as terrible. But this is the top side. Mango, apricot, pine, needles, pine, white bread. India Pale Ales, they almost always have like a white bread taste. Now some of these cranky, shabby, flim flam, any IPAs, New England style, that's hazy and tastes like lupulin powder and And I'm not saying the whole style tastes like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about some of them that's junky, lupulin powder, and tastes like the cereal that's coagulated with the milk after you finish all the solid cereal. Man, those things, if even in the B category, I guess they're good, but some of them are just, they're not right. I thought the American Haze from Voodoo Ranger, meaning New Belgium, that was really good. Some of these hazy IPAs are really good. Green Candy, Candy Green from Houston, Spindle Tap. I gave it an A minus, a 90, because it didn't have enough bitterness. Like this one has too much bitterness, not really too much, but that one tasted like an Imperial Pale Ale, 8% Pale Ale. It did not taste like an India Pale Ale. This one is definitely an American IPA, and it is a New England IPA because it's made in Vermont, but it's not the what you call quote unquote New England style IPA, because it's really not that hazy. Yeah, it's full of chunks. I mean, look at it. That would just turn people's stomach, No, I mean, but I know it's not going to hurt me. I drink that sediment all the time. It doesn't hurt me. Make him think you're unhappy with the family. And see what he's got under his fingernails. So it's no problem. But for my friend David, it was a major problem. He saw that and he was like, "Yikes, that's disgusting. I don't fool with that stuff." I was like, "Well, it's just, it's like part of the Heady Topper gimmick, so to speak." I was like, it's nothing. Que nada, But he was like very displeased. And then when he gave his review, it was a poor review. He said, would he give it a B? I said, you're the only person on earth give Heady Topper a B. But he just didn't like it that much. And I said, would you like a can? I was going to give him this can, the last one. So you want this can? No, thank you. And then I said, what about Sierra Nevada Narwhal Barrel Age? He wasn't exactly thrilled with that one either. No, he didn't want it. I said, wow, you're probably the only beer drinker in the world, craft beer drinker in the world, that would turn down a free Heady Topper and a free Sierra Nevada Barrel Age Narwhal, but he did it. It's my standby beer now. Natural Ice, says Hector Lopez. Hey, Hector. That's my standby because I can't get Keystone Ice anymore. And there's no use crying over a discontinued beer. I can't get it. It's gone. Keystone Ice is gone. So it disappeared from Louisiana in 2014. It came back in 2018. So I enjoyed it for 3 more years and it disappeared. Natural Ice, I don't think it's going anywhere. Don't get it in bottles anymore. I'd have to go to Baton Rouge to get bottles, and then those are quart bottles. We used to get the 12 packs of 12-ounce bottles, but it's all cans now. 25-ounce cans, 16-ounce cans, 12-ounce cans. Does it taste better out of a bottle or a can? No, it tastes the same. They always taste the same, but they look prettier in the bottles, but whatever. I'm like you, Heck. I get my 30 packs of Natural Ice. I go to Walmart, I get a 30 pack. It's $19.96. Is that a good price? Well, I don't think it's a good price. I used to get it for $14.58. I used to get suitcases of Schaefer. Suitcases. $7.98, 24 cans, $7.98. Schlitz, $7.98. I'm talking about 1996, 97. I remember I went to a Mardi Gras parade in 97. the night I met Sonia. I talked to Sonia today. She wanted to know what I thought about the Tulane game. Thought I had a lot of thoughts about it. But I remember buying a suitcase of Schlitz that night. $7.98 at Dorgnax. Oh man, and of course, natural ice was $7.98 back then. Also, I don't know why that price, but $7.98 suitcase. Would I buy Heady Topper for $16.99? I mean, I wouldn't buy it because I've had it. You know, I did a solo review, then a duo review, then a follow-up review. Now I'm doing an alternative channel, anti-war channel review. Okay, look how dark it is now. It's not pitch black, but it's getting dark. Golly. Now this cat, she didn't know what she wanted to do. She really wanted me to just get a blanket and go sleep on the front porch so she could be there by me. I said, I'm not staying out here. I'm going to do a beer thing. Well, then she wanted to come in the house. But she didn't want to really be in the house. She really wanted to be outside. I said, well, you got to decide. Go out or come in. She wanted to go to the back porch. Go out, come in. She couldn't decide. She wanted to be in, go out. Be in, go out. Be in, go out. But really what the cat wanted was me to go outside on the back porch and just stay out there all night. I said, I'm not doing this. I have to do the beer thing. So I told her, I pointed, there's your food. So she started eating the food and I came in. Now, 2 nights in a row, she did not cry for me to come in. I know she was outside Saturday night, Sunday night, never crying for me. I said, good, I can sleep. Because previously she'd be crying and I let her in. She wanted to get up on the bed, sleep on the bed all night. And this is not my cat. This is a stray cat that showed up. And at first she was like trying to attack me and bite me and scratch me, hissing at me, acting crazy, but always looking for me. You see, when I would go feed her, she was always looking for me. I said, oh, one day you'll calm down. And she was getting closer every time. Now she wants me to pet her stomach all the time and everything like that. But hopefully tonight she'll lay out on that blanket on the back porch and just be calm and leave me alone. She got a little trap door. She can go in and out of the back porch. I put a cat box, litter box. She doesn't understand that. I showed her, this is a litter box. You use that. She's looking at it confused. Like, what is this for? And she's not used to that. She's used to being out in the wild, going where she wants. So that's a concern. I cannot train her to use it. Normal cats, they just go in there, use it. Not this thing. She want to go outside like a dog. You want to go out to use the. Very juicy, but not in the typical expectation of any IPAs. Really, I think this is what in New England IPAs were supposed to be like. Not so hazy and very juicy and super bitter and everything classic like this. Look at that sediment. Do you really want to drink a beer that looks like that? But somehow, after the standard classic came out, people started saying, I want it to be fruitier. Oh, I want it to be less bitter. And if you want to say they dumbed them down, I want it to be hazy. I don't know why they want it to be hazy. Or like, why you get so excited? Because the thing looks like some opaque, milky product. I don't know what that attraction is. It seems strange to me, but whatever. Oh yeah, it's so cloudy. It's cake. Looks like cake batter and everything. Okay. The IBUs are only 20. Now they got some NE IPAs. The IBUs are 0, no bitterness. Well, it's sort of like it deteriorated, in my opinion. But this one is what it's supposed to be like. So if somebody asks me, what is a good NE IPA? I would say Heady Topper. I don't know about the gunk. I'm not attracted to it. I'm not offended by it. It doesn't turn me off, but I'm not attracted to it. I don't say, oh, look at the gunk. I gotta get it. I can't wait. It's nothing like that. But I'm saying it's got gunk. Okay, big deal. I know I've been dealing with that for 11 years doing video reviews. And before that, before I did video, I used to do written reviews. So, I mean, I'm familiar with it. The bitterness, yeah, it's tough. It's like tough enough, but it's not too tough. Tough, it's not too tough. But I'm gonna stick with 98, 9.8 out of 10. It's a 98. It's a fair score. Now, do I have some other beers that are much cheaper and will still score in the A range, the 90s? Yes, but they're a different animal. You don't have to wait in line and have somebody send it to you from New Jersey. I got Paloma from Mike's. Not Mike's. What's the same people that make Mike's? Sorry. What they call that? Cayman Jack. It's a pretty good product. Ten years ago, I used to make fun of those brands. Not that I ever really had drunk them, but I had Zima. Zima was like Miller's attempt to do it, and they did it bad. When I first tried Zima in '96, I thought this is pretty good. That was like halfway through the bottle. By the time I got to the end of the bottle, I was like, this stuff is bad. It tastes funny, weird, off. And then I had to drink 5 more bottles. And I was like, man, this stuff is a whack. It is a mess. Clear, sweet, fruit flavored. I don't know what it was supposed to taste like. And then I knew a lady I used to work with. She said, I like to drink my Zima when I'm watching football games. I said, oh, okay. Flavored malt liquor is what it was like 5.7. That's what she said. I like to drink my Zima. It had an interesting bottle, that serrated bottle design. I mean, it just wasn't a good product. But this Cayman Jack is like so much better. So much better. Well, yeah, there's not much more to say. White bread, extreme bitterness, that strange smokiness, heavy body, dry finish, a lot of sweetness in the taste, an extreme amount of bitterness in the flavor. And it's high alcohol, so you be thinking about things and at the same time thinking about nothing at all. And then somebody will come into the room and say all kind of crazy stuff to you, and you'd be like, just give me a Pepsi, but she wouldn't give it to me, and that kind of. But anyway, it's fine. I like it. I love it. But like I said, once a week would be enough. Every day you'd start to hate it. You'd hate it. It'd be like eating gourmet food every day. After a while, you'd hate it. You'd just say, I want a hot dog. Oh, well, such is life. So thank you, Mike, again. Back to the regular channel. We're getting off an anti-war channel right now, but tomorrow morning we got Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We got 2 Irish whiskeys, Teeling, small batch, 92%. Not 92%, 92 proof, 46% alcohol. And it's going to go up against Bushmills Original. Oh, I guess it'll win. It'll beat Bushmills, but Bushmills is mighty fine. It's my, okay. It's mild and enjoyable. Ronnie S says, hello there. Hello to you, Ronnie S. I was just closing out another episode of Duskbusters. Yeah, Duskbuster. I was talking about how I gave this a 98. Heady topper with all the gunk. 98 out of 100. And how I'm doing Dawn Busters tomorrow with Teeling's small batch Irish whiskey, 92 proof, going up against Bushmills Original. Well, of course, Bushmills is the classic. When you say Irish whiskey, there's only a few brands going to enter people's mind. They're going to either say, well, obviously Jameson. That's going to be the first choice. Or they're going to say Patty's or Bushmills. Bushmills is a classic. I've never had the Heady. Yeah, Heady. It's a great one. I wouldn't wait in line for it. But 98 out of 100. It's super strong. The bitterness is through to the roof. It'll blow your head up, man, with hops. That's why they show a cartoon drawing of a guy whose head is blowing up because of the hops. Yeah, nice. Love it. That reminds me of Bacchus. If you go to New Orleans, they have a parade every year except during scamdemics when they cancel parades for no good reason. But Bacchus is a parade on Sunday night before Mardi Gras, and it's Bacchus drinking wine. But they didn't have Bacchus last year because of the dictatorship. Oh, well, we live in a communist country. What can you do? All right, now, thank you. Woo, the bitterness. So we got, it is really bitter. We have Teeling versus Bushmills, and then Wednesday is Teeling versus Bushmills Black Bush, and then Teeling's versus Bushmills Red Bush on Thursday. Then Friday, I'm going to do a solo review of Ardbeg 10, the most smokiest, inkiest, smokiest Scotch whiskey in the world. Single malt. Bacchus sounds like a Roman festival. It is. Bacchus was the Roman god of drinking wine. And I think in the Greek world, he was Dionysus. But Bacchus is I went to Bacchus early in one of the early parades, 1970. But yep, we went to that. But been to many others. They have very elaborate and expensive floats, King Kong and everything. But you know, Bacchus is funded by a lot of wealthy people in New Orleans. Yes. All right. And then we're going to do Ardbeg 10 against age 10 years against all the other single malts. Won't be any kind of challenge because Ardbeg 10 is super smoky and the rest are not. But whatever. And then we're going to do blended Scotch. Ballantine's blended Scotch whiskey. Do I like blended Scotch more than single malt? I wouldn't say I like it more. I don't like it less. Ballantine's is really good. Now, my friend David, he's like very definitive in his opinion. So he was like, Ballantine's, that stuff's no good. He was going on and on. I was like, it is good. And we were getting in a big argument. I was like, Ballantine's is good. You're crazy. I said, you're crazy. And my next door neighbor, she gave me 3 bottles of it, 3 glass bottles from the early 1970s, never opened. I said, don't give them to me. She said, I bought them at an estate sale and paid $1 each. I said, well, drink them. She said, I'll never drink it. I said, okay, I'll drink it. So after the hurricane and all this damage, and my nerves was drove and terrible, I drank one each day, 1 little bottle each day, 100 milliliters. Oh, I felt so much better. Ballantine's is a jewel, and it's made by Chivas Brothers in Scotland. They bought it. It's owned by Chivas Brothers now, but can't wait to do that one. It's going to be a great I was thinking about this. It's going to be a great, exciting challenge. It's going to be so exciting. All right, now here's John Anile. Cheers, Ron. I love the Heady Topper, a classic and cornerstone for the more juicy type IPAs that followed. Yeah, but this one's the real deal. It's not just a juice bomb. It's a bitter juice bomb. Just sipping on a Labatt Ice. Never seen that in Louisiana. Saw it for the first time ever yesterday. My jaw dropped. $1.29 for 24-ounce cans before tax. That's extremely low. I think if you look at the can, John, it's going to say made in Rochester, New York. I think Labatt Ice is contract brewed in the USA for Labatt by Genesee in Rochester. I've had it. It's okay. It's kind of like not that good of an ice beer, but for that price, you could overlook some things. They were the first people that made ice beer in America, Labatt, in 1989. Yep. Then Molson, of course, and then Miller with Ice House. Well, that's a good sign. If Labatt Ice is in Georgia, that means it might come to Louisiana. Yes, Rochester just posted my review. I actually just watched your review. I think they tweaked the recipe. I was very pleased. Well, they might have watched my review and said, it really is not that good. Let's improve it. I would hope that was the case, that they watched my review and they said, it is kind of shabby. Let's improve it. Well, probably that's not what happened, but if I saw it again, would I buy it? Would I buy it? Of course I'd buy it. Ice House was the first United States of America made ice beer, yes. But Molson and Labatt did it before. In 1989, they did ice beer, Labatt Ice, and people said, what's that? No one's going to drink that. That's not going to catch on. But it did. Ice House, Natural Ice, Bud Ice. And then in the 90s, everybody made an ice beer. In the 90s, they had Schlitz Ice, Pabst Ice, Schaefer Ice, anything you ever heard of ice, but it didn't last. It's like seltzers, they just go overboard, make everybody mix ice. But and at the time, it was like an above premium. Like in 1993, ice beers was like more expensive. Like you drank that when you wanted to pay a little more and show off. But then I guess the sales did not turn out as great as they thought. So then by the late 90s, they dropped it to like the budget brand segment because it probably didn't cost that much to make ice beer. So now people look down on ice beers like the real educated beer drinkers say, I would never drink ice beer. It's so nasty. It's so terrible. And I was drinking Natural Ice this afternoon. I was drinking Natural Ice and I thought to myself, I said, what's nasty about it? Doesn't make sense. Not nasty. All right. But anyway, Heady Topper is great. Great beer. So I better get off of this. See y'all tomorrow morning for Dawnbusters Taste Challenge. The ice beer craze has now turned into the seltzer craze. Oh, I could drink so many seltzers. My friend David could give me a whole case of seltzers, but I don't want to drink them. I don't like them. I don't like them. Thanks, y'all. Y'all take care now.